was waiting here, and then my neighbor's house went on fire, and the soldiers, after maybe 20 hours, they came and they told me that I should go to another place because the house was burning. There were 7 out of hundreds, so there was no...
And he was overwhelmed and he was killed that day, wasn't he?
Yeah.
We saw, was unbelievable, the casualties that we saw, and then we thought that we saw everything, but then it came to yesterday when we went into Kibbutz Be'eri and we saw what was done to the families, to the children. That was, I'm 33 years in this position, and I was everything. I saw everything. I thought I saw everything, but something like that I never saw.
We're now under rocket fire in Be'eri. The sirens came off, gave us virtually no warning before the rockets came in. We couldn't get to a shelter, so we're having to lie on a hard surface as flat as possible. No all clear yet. I'm in the smashed kibbutz village of Be'eri, where we learned today that Yarel Sharabi, a 13-year-old British girl, died. All around you can see debris and wreckage from the fight that preceded her death. Just here is one of the many Hamas motorbikes that was ridden into the town. Behind me there's another one. The fighting here was very intense. An Israeli commander has just told me that a fierce firefight happened here. We've been here a few days now. We've seen quite a few shocking things, but this is one of the most shocking things that I personally have seen. What it appears to be is a massacre in a kindergarten. I'm looking around here and you can see blood amongst the toys. This was a family home. They came here and wreaked carnage. Amongst the toys there's terrorist magazines. It looks as though the family tried to defend themselves. The air is still very thick with the smell of death. A huge blood stain there. It is incredibly shocking.
My neighbor's house went on fire, and the soldiers, after maybe 20 hours, they came and they told me that I should go to another place because the house was burning. And I stayed there another 24 hours, and then I was evacuated by the army. And at that time, I didn't know my husband was already dead. He was the...
What happened to your husband,
he went,
Joram?
Yeah, he went in the morning when we understood what's going on. Then he took his pistol and he went to defend his daughter. So he went all across the kibbutz by back, and he made some coffee for himself, and then he stood in the balcony and he was looking for... We thought, it was an old war that we were thinking of. So I thought maybe 5 people came.
Yeah.
But there were 7 coming up, and there were 7 out of hundreds. So there was no...
And he was overwhelmed and he was killed that day, wasn't he?
Yeah, I think so.
Nearly that you plan to try to rebuild your life here, despite all the terrible things that have happened to you and your family. Can you tell us why you'd ever consider coming back here?
I don't have another place. It's home. People go back near Napoli. People go near the Vesuv. People live in Iceland. People live near danger. This is.
But Gaza is 2 miles that way.
That way.
Right. Apologies. 2 miles that way.
But it's spread all over the world. The terror is, the Houthim in the Red Sea and 9/11, they're all over the place.
was here in the shelter room with
Yeah.
all my family.
Yeah.
And after 16 hours,
Yeah.
the army come to release us from the shelter room. A lot of bombs, shooting. I don't know, it was horrible. Smoking everywhere, fire everywhere, shouting, you know, a rocket everywhere. I lost a lot of friends of mine, not only from this kibbutz, also from around, the other kibbutz around us.
You were the very first to come back on October the 9th.
It's one of the first people. Yeah.
Why did you come back?
Because
what made you do that?
I feel the necessary to come to protect and to help to the army for searching, because I'm local and I know the place better than them.
What do you think it will take for you to feel safe enough to bring your family back here and resume your life?
If there is not gonna be any more Hamas, you know, all these ideologic to kill us and to destroy us, to destroy us, I prefer, you know, to feel security for the kids, for the family.
Aren't you worried about being back here?
Not really.
You know, he was.
It's very important, but not really.
Sorry. You're not worried? Obviously, we're hearing lots of these noises and things going off. Is this just your
We hope
day-to-day
that
life? Are you happy with this?
We hope that will be better.
Happy.
Yeah.
And happy to
Okay. Okay.
safe to live here. But we're waiting now, but we hope that all of the members from the kibbutz, or most of them, will come back.
And,
It take maybe time. Somebody, you know,
Yeah.
is now.
How many people like you have come back? And
Now,
do you know how many of you there are back here?
now I will see.
רוצים
We are 50, but the old people that really a member, I would say about close to 50.